Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you guys can see by the title, today's video is going to be an eyeshadow tutorial of, I guess it's like a Spongebob theme. I guess to give me like Spongebob themes or whatnot. I actually love how this came out. It's like an elongated cut crease. I got the yellow, then the orange, and the green. Let me do a cut crease cam for you guys. Period. So if you guys would like to see how I achieve this look, please make sure to stay tuned with this video. And before we get into this video, please make sure to leave a like on my video, comment any video suggestions you guys would like to see. Also make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications so that you guys never miss any more uploads. With that being said, let's please get right into the okay. So as you guys can see, I always say this in every video, but as you guys can see, brows are already completed per usual. If you guys want to know what I use for my brows, please make sure to look down in the description box below. I always make sure to leave everything that I use in my videos in my description box below. I will also be doing a eyebrow tutorial, a very detailed eyebrow tutorial pretty soon on my channel, probably in the next week or two, so please be expecting that on my channel. Also, you guys can see I prep my eyelids. Of course, you guys know I use the Pillowies base in this shade 0 and 5 to do so. And then I kind of already put my crease colors on, my crease color on. I'm not really sure why, but I was just getting ahead of myself. So I already put my crease colors on, but I am going to be showing you the colors that I use. So I'm using my Back to Brazil palette, which is one of my favorite palettes when it comes to trying to do colorful looks, because this palette has like all the colors in the rainbow, honestly. So I'm going to be using most like this category right here, these little blue tones and little purple tones, because I'm going to be doing some kind of like a winter wonderland look. I really wanted to do this like back in December, but I was doing other things, as you guys see on my channel. So I think that January is definitely the best time, a good time to do a winter wonderland themed eyeshadow look. So I just went in with this blue right here. It's pretty dark, it's like a royal blue, and I'm going to be putting that all in my crease. And then now I'm actually going to go in with the next darkest or the next lightest blue after that, and which is going to be this shade right here. It's a little bit more of an aqua color. A color is like a little bit more on the warm side, but I feel like I can make it work. And I'm going to go on top of these two colors. I'm going to go on top of that with this, just to really blend it out and give it a lot more dimension and a lot more of an ombre effect, if that makes sense. I know I don't really usually show y'all the brushes that I'm using for when I'm, doing each step, but for when I'm packing on the colors of my crease, I like to use a flat shadow brush to do so, just because I really feel like it builds up that color instead of blending it out. I don't want to blend it out first. I like packing my colors on so that you can really get that pigmentation and that boldness that you want. And then for the shade that I use after I use the crease color shade, I go in with the brush like this. You may not have the exact same brush set that I have. I also make sure to leave down the link to the brush set, to the website I got my brush set from. But regardless of whatever brush set you have, whatever brushes you have, I like to use a blending brush. It's like a medium-sized blending brush, and it's pretty dense. It's not very sparse. It's more on the denser side. And I like to use this to pack the second color on top of the first color. And then you got this pretty blue. This is actually very cute. I don't think I've used this blue before. That's why I'm just like, I don't really know how that little hole got right there, because I've never used this blue before. So when I'm putting this color on top of this color, some people like to pack it on top of that. I personally don't. I like to blend the edges. I like to blend around it so that it can give a little bit more of a blending effect, rather than just that color, then that color, then that color, if that makes sense. So just watch me and watch what I do, and I'm pretty sure you guys get the hang of it by me showing it to you. So I literally haven't even did anything yet, but just putting it on there first, and then you already see it kind of blending together. And then once I'm pretty comfortable with how much product or how much of that second shade I have in my eyes, that's when I start blending it out. I don't like to add too much of the second color, just because I don't want it to get carried away, and I don't really like to lose my first color. But if you feel like you already losing your first color, just make sure that you go back in with that previous brush and then put some more of that first color on, and then blend it out with the second color. See, come through, blend in, period. Y'all, this is beautiful. It It's not really giving me winter theme though. It's really more giving me like aquamarine, like it's giving me fish tank vibes. I don't know. Maybe I should just name this like fish tank theme or something. I don't really know, but we're gonna continue doing it so we can see how it comes out. So I'm not really done blending this side out, but I'm just gonna go to this one because I like to do a little bit on this side and a little bit on this side. So I'm just gonna pack it at the outer V first. Just pack the color at the outer V, not too much, because you don't want to use too much of that second shade. The second shade is supposed to be used to blending out the whole eye. So you don't want to use too much of the second shade. You just want to kind of pack it at the outer V first. And then once you get done doing that, that's where you're going to bring that color from the outer V and then just bring it to the inner corner of your eye. So now it looks a little flat. You can see more of that second shade just because I was really blending, So now I'm going to go back in with that first shade, which I usually do anyway. I'm going to go back in with this brush that I used for the first shade. And then I'm going to put some more of that first shade on this brush. And then I'm just going to pack it like I did once before. And then I'm going to go back in with the second shade and blend it out so that it won't look so harsh and very divided. I'm going to go back in with this brush that I used for my second color. I'm going to go back in with the second color and then I'm going to blend it out a little more because it's blended out, but I want it to be very blended out. Like you don't want to have an unblended eyeshadow look. Like it's just going to look terrible. So that color again, that light color, the second shade, and then blend it out. Okay, so now I'm gonna show y'all the difference between the two brushes. This brush is the one I just got done using for my second shade, and then this one is the one I'm about to get ready and use now. So I'm about to get ready and use this brush for my lightest blue. This is gonna be actually my last shade that I put on my crease. This brush, as you guys can see the clear difference between the two. This one is apparently a lot shorter than this one. This was a little bit more taller. But the bristles, if you guys were actually able to feel this brush, the bristles on this one, like the hairs on this one, is a lot more sparse, and I'm pretty sure you guys can tell as well. This brush is a lot more denser, so it's actually can be used for like packing as well. But I like to use it to like blend out like my second color. But this one, I like to use this one to blend out the color under my eyebrow, because I feel like this brush is best to use for like larger areas. If you're trying to focus more on like a certain area, like right at the crease like this brush would be perfect for that. But if you're trying to blend it out like overall, which I'm about to get ready and do now, this brush would be better. So with that being said, I'm going to put the last shade that I'm going to be using for my crease, well, besides the black, the last shade I'm going to be using is this right here. And it's like the lightest blue in this palette's actually, I'm going to be using this one, so it's actually next to the blue that I just got done using. So I just got done using these three, in case you guys are a little bit confused. And this color, as you guys can see, this color is going to brighten up the look, because now it looks a little dark, but when I add this color, it's going to brighten it up and give it a lot more dimension. It's like a Kool-Aid blue. This is actually very, very cute. It looks a little bit turquoise too, like it had like some green tint into it, but it's cute. So I like to make sure that I get right here and blend that part out as well, because even though I'm gonna like hide that with makeup, like when I put my foundation and stuff on, it's still good to blend that out because you want it to be blended. So So now before I go in and blend that side out, and I'm just going to show you guys the difference between the two. This is before I add the last shade, and this is after. So automatically you guys can see how bright. For one, it looks bright, and also it looks a lot more blended out, and it looks like the way we want it to look. So that's why I like to use this type of brush to do that, if you guys can see, period. So now y'all see, look y'all, I can tell y'all this, I came a long way with this blending stuff, y'all. I remember when I was so scared to use colors like blue and purple and greens and orange and yellows and pinks, I would always do neutral tones like brown and black and gold, and sometimes like a blush pink. But I used to be so scared to use colors because for one, I thought it would look right on me, and for two, I was not the best at all at blending, and I'm just like, nah, because I feel like it's a lot easier for your makeup to look like messed up when using bright colors, because it's bright, so it's really gonna stand out. So if I was to go out looking like this but not know how to blend, people would be looking at me like I'm crazy. So I never really just gave myself the opportunity to really like learn how to blend out colors, like bright colors and stuff. But I'm doing this now, period. I am doing this now. I'm so proud of myself, y'all. I am so proud of myself. I really am. But anyway, so now I'm gonna go back in with that second shade, the one I just got done using before this, because when I get done blending all three colors out, I usually like to just go back in with all three again, so that I can, you know, kind of like vamp up on each one. So now, is y'all thinking what I'm thinking? Because I'm thinking I need to reevaluate my whole makeup look. I initially had in mind to do a winter wonderland theme, but when I started putting these colors on my lids, it started giving me like aquamarine vibes, like under the sea vibes. So I think I'm gonna do a Spongebob theme look, and it just popped up to my head when I started putting these colors on here on my lids. So now I think I'm gonna do a Spongebob theme look. So y'all know I gotta do the orange. I don't want it to look crazy though. I don't want it to look crazy. I think I'm going to do it just because I don't feel like it's giving me winter looks. Like, I don't feel like it's giving me winter vibes. So I might as well do something else. So with that being said, I'm going to be using this orange right here. And I'm going to be using some of these greens as well, because y'all know SpongeBob will of course live under the sea. So this is basically like the sea, like the water. And then of course his house is, dang, do I need to look up what color SpongeBob house is? Oh, his house is orange. His house is orange. And then like the little plant on top of his house is green. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing like a cut crease. I probably do it I'm gonna do an elongated cut crease, because I haven't done one of those in a little minute. So I'm gonna do an elongated cut crease, and then I'm gonna do like the orange, and then go down to like the green. I think that's gonna be cute. That's gonna be cute. That actually is gonna be very cute. So I'm gonna cut my crease with the P. Louise base shade 0, which is the pure white, just because I want my colors on my lid to be very vibrant. Period. Freaking period, bro. Like, I'm really doing this. Like, seriously. I really just did the mess out of this crease, y'all. Let's get into it. I just want to know when they're gonna stop sleeping on me. That's just that. I just want to know, when is y'all gonna stop sleeping on me? Little old me. Like, I really just did that, and I thought it was gonna take about 30-45 minutes. It took like 10 minutes. Not even that long. That's ridiculous, bro. Like, I'm really good at this, and sometimes I be forgetting how much I'm just so good at this stuff. I be forgetting sometimes. I just be sleeping on myself. But this is ridiculous, y'all. I'm really doing this, and I'm only 19. It's crazy. I'm really giving y'all the vibes, really. I'm really giving y'all the vibes. I'm really y'all goals. Y'all just don't know it yet. Y'all just don't know it yet. Period. I came a long way because I really been doing this color stuff for like not even a full year, y'all. This was ridiculous, y'all. Practice really does make perfect, y'all. Don't let nobody tell y'all that y'all can be good at something. Consistency and practice, y'all. I practice when I'm bored. I practice when I'm mad. Like, I look at videos. A lot of people learn how to do makeup by videos. At first, I was learning by watching videos, but now I just do it myself though. Like, I feel like the only thing that I really was like looking at as far as like videos was like eyebrows. And then, well, I feel like eyebrows kind of like common sense. But at first I was watching like a lot of eyebrow tutorials. Then I was watching like a whole lot of like how to blend, like your eyeshadows and stuff like that. And I also like, I like to watch like a lot of videos on like wing liner, because that's something I still don't know how to do, which I need to learn how to do this year. But like overall, like I really do this myself though. Like I really do. Like I really do not watch tutorials overall. So just knowing the basics of it will get you so like a lot, like it would get you a long way. And that's just with anything, not even just makeup. Like it be anything, as long as you know how the basics, like you don't, as long as you know the basics of stuff, you'll get anywhere. And as long as you keep being consistent and practicing and stuff like that, you're good. Because like a lot of people be telling me like, you are so good at this, and which I believe, you know, and I don't even need nobody to tell me that I'm good at it for me to know that I'm good at it, you know. But it's just like, when you know you're so good at something, sometimes you forget how good you is at it, you know. But a lot of people be coming up to me telling me, or just be telling me like, you so good at this, like you the, you know, you the best at it and stuff like that, which I appreciate it. But then I be looking at other people, not really like, I don't compare myself to nobody at all, but sometimes I just be like, dang, like when I get this good though, it's gonna be something serious. Like I'm good now for me to only be doing it for like 2 years now. But just think about how good I'm gonna be next year, or like 6 months from now. Like I'm gonna be so much more better at it. Like it's ridiculous. So that's why I just keep doing it, y'all. Practice makes perfect, period. But enough of me rambling on. I'm gonna go, well, actually I'm gonna let this sit for like 2 or 3 more minutes. Okay, so I think I actually changed my mind. I think I'm gonna go with the yellow, then orange, then green. The reason why I said it's because I feel like it's gonna be something missing if I just go from orange to green, because I feel like I need something lighter than orange to go in my inner corner. So I'm not gonna do a lot of yellow, but I am gonna do some yellow. I'm gonna go with, we actually have 2 yellows in this palette. This one is a little bit more of like a orange, like not an orange tone, but a little bit more of like a warm tone yellow, if y'all can see. And this one is like a true yellow. So I think I'm gonna go with this true yellow just because, you know, it looks a little bit more orange to me, you know. So I'm gonna go in with this one, and I'm gonna use a flat shade brush. It can really be any of your favorite flat shade brushes. I typically like to use flat shade brushes when I pack it on the color to my lid, because you can tilt them, or you can like angle them however you want to angle them without it getting to your like your crease colors. All of the shades that I'm going to be using for this specific look is going to be all matte. So that means that I don't have to spray my brush in order to get the pigmentation or the shimmeriness that I need, because there's no shimmer. That yellow, and then we're just going to pack it at the inner corner. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which is actually the only true orange shade without it being shimmery. I'm gonna go in with this shade, and then I'm gonna use another flash. Well, I typically like to use the same flash shade brush. I don't know why, maybe that's just me. But regardless, whichever one you like to use, just go in with another flash shade brush and go in with this shade, or just any orange. You know, you don't have to have this specific palette. You know, just any orange if you want to recreate this look. And then I'm gonna pack that right after. It's like right after the yellow ends. That's when I'm gonna pack that orange, so that it won't look so divided and it won't like it's just going from yellow to orange. That's how you're gonna get that gradient, that ombre effect, when you start right after that first color ends. Got that orange, and then we're just gonna pack it. This really is giving me like SpongeBob vibes. So I'm gonna go back in a little bit more with the yellow because I feel I'm not losing it, but I feel like it's not as vibrant as the orange is. See, it looks a lot more vibrant, a lot more yellow, and then I'm just gonna do the same to this side. Okay, so this is definitely giving me SpongeBob vibes. Like, it looks like a little pineapple. What y'all think? Okay, so now I actually have some options when it comes to the greens. This palette actually has a lot of different greens, which I'm not really sure why they have like a lot of greens, got a lot of orange and yellows and all the rest of these colors, but see, okay, so I know I'm gonna eliminate these two because these three are shimmers. Well, these four are shimmers, and I'm not gonna use any shimmers for this look. So I think I'm gonna go in with this one because it's like a true green. Or maybe I should go, I don't want to go with this because I think it's going to be a little bit too dark for it to go at the end of my crease. So I think I'm going to go in with this true green right here. And then when I pack this right after the orange, just like how I packed the orange on the yellow, I'm going to do the same for the green on the orange. And then I was going to use another flat shade brush to do so. This green is actually very, very cute though. And I'm going to go all the way to the end with this green. I'm not going to put another shade after this green. I'm going to just go all the way to the end with the green. Okay, y'all, so I'm done with my eyeshadow. I think I'm done with my eyeshadow. Actually, I think I'm gonna do something. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a very small angled brush like this, like very, very small. And I'm gonna go with a little bit of that blue that I used. The darkest blue that I used, the last blue, well, actually the first blue that I used. I'm gonna go in with that, which is this shade right here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that on this brush, and then I'm gonna outline my crease, and I'm gonna show y'all what I mean by that. And I learned this trick. Well, I didn't learn it from anybody. I started doing it myself. But basically what it does is that it gives it the illusion of it looking a lot more dimensional. So this is how it looks before, and I'm gonna show y'all how it looks before and after. Okay, so this is before I did my little trick. Like, you see how it looks? You can see the blue in the crease, but it just looks like a flat blue, and that's because I added my crease colors. I added my lid colors, in which it kind of took away the darkness of the blue that I had at first. And then this is after I do my little trick. So basically what the trick did, if you guys can see right at the crease, it kind of darkened it up a little bit. On this side, it looks a little bit more flat. It just looks like I have blue in my crease. But on this side, you can see like a gradient from like the dark blue to like the light blue, which is like right under my brows. So I like to do that. I don't do that with every look, but if I feel like I need a little bit more depthness, that's when I do it. Yeah, that's just a trick in case you guys want to, you know, check that out or whatnot. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go clean this up, like clean all this little stuff up off camera, and then I'm also gonna do like my foundation and my concealer off camera, and I'm probably gonna set on the camera just so I can give you guys like some tea on how to set, because y'all need to know how to set right. So y'all be right back. Okay, so I like a different person, man, period. But I just went ahead and put my foundation, put my concealer, and put my contour on off camera, just because I don't know. I usually do it on camera a lot, so I'm just like, I'm gonna just really just do it off camera on today's video so that you guys can really just focus on the eye look. But I do want, I don't know, I just want to do the setting part, like me setting it. I want to do that on camera. I mean, it's not really a specific way to set, honestly. I just feel like it's kind of like common sense of where to set. But I use the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in the shade 35 Deep to set under my eyes, the center of my forehead, my chin, and I like to carve out under my cheekbones to give it more of a sharp look. I literally just do this and set and this is the perfect shade for me. At first I was using 35 deep. No, at first I was using 30 medium deep, but I mean, it was cool. I love that shade for me, but I just couldn't like use like a whole lot of it, or it'll leave like under my eyes patchy and stuff. But this shade is actually like the perfect shade for me, because it's no matter how much I put on, like it won't do anything. It won't affect. Like, this is how it looks with powder, this is how it looks without powder. Like, it looks the same exact way, but the only difference is that this side looks a lot more mattifying. So the other one for me actually does brighten a little bit more, and which I do like for a brighten look, but I don't like it to be too brightened. So this is like the perfect shade for me. And then I just carve out my cheekbones. I used to not do this. I used to be very intimidated by this, but I find that, I mean, you can control how much you do it. Like, you don't have to do it a lot. See, it just gives it more like a sharp, it gives your contour and your cheekbones a little bit more of a sharp look, especially if you have like more like a chubby face that like I do. This would be a good technique for you to do. And then you just go all the way down to your mouth. Some people don't recommend you going all the way down to your mouth because it'll leave like a cast. But as long as you're using a shade, powder that's like your shade, it really doesn't matter where you go to, because I mean, it's cool. But I like to go down to my mouth because it'll give the contour, like, it won't bring the contour all the way down. Now, you don't want to put your contour all the way down to your mouth, because it would just look horrible. Like, that's not what you're supposed to do at all. Like, you don't want to do that. It'll look very much like a skid mark on side your face if you do that. So, and plus, you want to make sure that when you are doing it, you want to make sure that you are using a translucent powder. Even though this powder is pretty dark, it's still a translucent, which means that it's not really going to, it's good for like mattifying. It's not going to create a different shade. Like, for example, like I told you guys just minutes ago, it looks the exact same. The only difference is that it's a lot more mattifying. It looks a lot more set over here rather than on this side. Some powders will say translucent and it really won't be translucent. You do have some powders that won't say translucent and will be pretty much translucent. So you just really have to go upon like different powders and stuff like that. I used to like not even set my face, and I can't even believe I used to do that at one point. But I did used to not set my face with any type of powder. I would just like wear the concealer and the foundation and call it a day. And I naturally have oily skin, so I would always wonder why my skin looked so oily by the end of the day. Well, not even by the end of the day, but like in the next couple hours, my skin will look extremely oily. But a lot of people don't set. You don't have to set. I'm not telling you that you have to set, but if you don't like that dewy look, I would definitely recommend you setting, because you would definitely get a dewy, oily look when you don't set. Some people like it though. Some people like that wet look, and it's actually cute on some folks, you know, when it's your signature look. But me personally, I personally don't even like having oily skin. Like, my natural skin is very oily, and I don't like that. So when I'm wearing makeup, I like for it to look very mattifying. Actually gonna go in a little bit with the 30 medium deep, the same brand, just a different shade. This is the shade lighter than the one I just got done using, and I'm just use that for my right under my eyes to give it more of a brightening effect. And I'm just show y'all how bright that it makes my under eye look when I use this one. So this is how it looks just with just that other powder on, and this is how it looks with the 30 medium deep on top of the other powder. So like I told you, I like this powder, but when I started using the other powder, I feel like it's a lot more settling, in which unless I'm doing a YouTube video, I like to do neutral glams. And I think I said that on every video already, but I like a neutral glam, like no eyeshadow, just like some balm lashes, a cute lip gloss. That's what I like to do on a daily basis if I ever wear makeup off camera. But when I'm doing a YouTube video, that's when I like to look full beat, because you know I'm gonna take it off anyways when I get done. So, but one thing I can say about this powder is that it definitely does not give flashback. Like, even before I started using the 35 deep, and I was just using a 30 medium deep, I still wouldn't get flashbacks. So that's one thing that, you know, that I like about this powder. And I'm gonna set my contour, and I'm actually gonna I'm gonna be using a different powder to contour today. I'm gonna be using this BH Cosmetics and ItsMyRayeRaye collab palette, and she has like a contour and highlighting palette, and this, it's like a 3-in-1. Well, it has a mirror, think I used this on my channel one time before, but it has the mirror, then in the middle it has the eyeshadow palette, and then at the bottom it has the highlight and contour palette. So sometimes, occasionally, I used to use it a lot, but I stopped using it once I got my other palette. But I'll just mix between these two and contour. And it's like a perfect shade, but I don't use it all the time though. I just like to switch from one palette to another very occasionally. But it gives a very subtle contour. And so for my nose, I'm actually not going to do the whole cream contour and then powder contour. Sometimes I do this off camera. Like most of the time I do this off camera. When I'm on camera, I like to do like the full routine. But occasionally I don't go in with the cream contour then a powder contour. I usually just go in with the powder contour because it gives you the same illusion, you know. It's just a step further, you know. So I'm going to be using my powder contour to just powder. So, you know, just go faster, you know. Period. Period. Let me go and do this side. Let me go and bless this side right quick. I'm talking about this joint is live. Bro, this is ridiculous. This is beautiful. I've never in my life saw any highlight this goddamn on shining before. This is ridiculous. And I didn't even spray my brush. It's just still pigmented for no reason. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit though, I ain't gonna lie. It's a little bit too blinding. Put a little bit on his nose. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Period. So I look crazy right now, honestly, because I'm missing my lashes and I'm also missing my lower lash line. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes. We'll put my lashes on off camera, and I'm also gonna do my lower lash line. And I'm gonna be right back with the outro. Alright, you guys, so as you guys can see, that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I also hope you guys like how this turned out. But when I really do love it. It really wasn't what I was going for, but the ending, you know, it looked pretty good or whatnot. It's kind of giving me like Spongebob vibes, even if it ain't oh well, because it still looks cute or whatnot. Make sure to leave everything down in the description box below, because this wasn't really a makeup tutorial. So I make sure to leave like all the complexion products in the description box below. Make sure you guys leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notifications so that you guys will never miss any more uploads, and also make sure you guys comment any video suggestions you guys like to see. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.